What's up, YouTube? My name is Vinny Fraser, also known as Vincentius Music, here with my beautiful fiance,
Becca.
and we are Real Blah. What's up, YouTube? Thanks for coming to our channel today. Real here, Vinny Fraser, just quickly getting into how to make a thumbnail, or rather how I make a thumbnail for our reaction channel. Right away, there's a lot going on my desktop, but up here in the corner, these three images are the three I'm going to be working with for my thumbnail. The original image of me and Becca that we chose to use for the thumbnail for this reaction, as well as a picture from the actual reaction itself. And since it is a remix, we went with the original photo for the original song for the background to kind of catch more attention. So right away we get into Adobe's Photoshop. And you know, everybody has their own way of doing this, or their own style and their own, you know, picture of how their thumbnails are going to come out. So but I got stuck making thumbnails a long time ago, quite a few times actually, learning it as I go. So I wanted to make a how-to on all of these things to help people out, because I definitely needed the help. So once your Photoshop is open, you just open a new project, rename it. I'm naming it Thought because the reaction we're reacting to is Thoughtsy on a remix. You'll come up with this black here, which is your background, your current background. You bring in the original image you want, which is me and Becca for the thumbnail. I hold Alt and I scroll with my mouse to make it small and big. I bring it down there so I can see all of it, and I click over here in the panel so that way the image is, I guess, entered. Then I'll go up here to select subject, and it should select both of us as subjects. Now, if you see down here, it's a little over, you know, it went to the table and the mouse a little bit. It didn't really get all of my head right here. So I'll come over here to the quick tool selection, and I'll pick this quick selection tool. And I keep it down at like a 10 or 11. Up here in the top, you can see, let me make this big. You can see here is a tool to make it big or small. I keep it at like a 10. Hold Alt and kind of make it super big so you can zoom in. Now look at all these particles of her hair that are sticking out, right? So I will come in here and hold my left button on the mouse here and just run along her hairline until it fills all the way out. Or you can hold Alt and do it on the outside to pull back to make it unselected. I think that looks a lot better actually. So I'll unselect these parts right here. And I'll just fill it back out real quick, like that. And then what I like to do is I like to hold Alt and just literally run my left cursor over the whole headline, just to make sure there's nothing sticking out. This looks a little weird, we'll straighten it out a little bit. My head looks all jacked up. It always does though. I don't care about me, honestly. I try to make Becca's perfect outline, I just do mine fast. But what you want to do, oh, I went too far there. You can always Control Z to go back too if you need to undo. But yeah, I just kind of try to get the best outline I can of us. Now if you can see right here, it's not even getting my whole shirt because there's so many patterns on my shirt it couldn't figure out what to do. So just finish this outline here. We decided to go with this thumbnail because, I don't know, I just thought it would be funny. She didn't want to do it. I made her. Alright, I think that's good. Then we zoom out a little bit. Now, this is the part that gets tricky. Got tricky for me anyway. Down here in the tools section of your panel, you will have Add Layer Mask. Once you click on that, it literally removes the background. And it took me so long to figure out how to do that. It's that simple. You just click Add Layer Mask and it removes the background. And now you're free to add your own background. But before I add my own background, I like to double click right over here on us, move this out of the way, and click on stroke. Now once you see stroke, look at that line, it's so nice. So it's good, I don't have to do any more adjustments. I also like to go to outer glow. And if you see in all of our thumbnails for our reaction videos, they are all yellow. Most of them anyway, except for Harry Mack is purple, Tech9 is red. I mean, other than that, I do yellow for all the thumbnails because it's the most poppy, catchy color. And I also like to use a drop shadow too. As far as these settings here are concerned, for all of these, the stroke, the outer glow, and the drop shadow, these extra settings, I just played with them until I found what I like. Literally moved them all around until the colors and vibe and the glow and all of those things were on point with what I like. And I like to stick with the number 3. So in these subjects, you'll see here, I got a 3, I got a 33, and a 33 and a 35. And it's just, I like to stick with 3. So anyways, I got my stroke, my outer glow on. Now I'm going to go back over here to the move tool. And I'm going to pull us down so you don't see that part where it's cut off underneath us, right? Move us down kind of like this. Right there. It's perfect. Okay, now I go to my background image that I want to use, which is from the original Tatiana song. I want to get rid of this Lyrical Lemonade right here. I want to kind of make it big like that. Have them kind of pop right there. And then here, I drag this underneath us. That way it's a background. Move them around a little bit so they're a little bit more visible. I think that looks pretty good. And then we'll bring in the clip from what we're actually reacting to. And I like to put it up in the corner, kind of like that. Maybe even a little bit bigger. Try to make it as even as you can so it doesn't look off-putting. Then I'll do the same thing. I'll double click right over here and I will do stroke, outer glow, and drop shadow. And I will drag it above us but underneath the, behind us but above the background. See how it went just like that? It looks pretty cool. And I'll move these two over kind of like this. That looks cool. That looks funny. And then, this is pretty much done. You just want to add your letter, and you got letters right over here. You can click on it. And then just pick where you want to go. I'm just going to put AK right here. Same thing. Double click, stroke, outer glow, drop shadow. And if you highlight this up here, you can change how big it is, the font, all of those things. But all my stuff is already set how I like it. Drag that wherever you want. That looks pretty cool. And then move us over just a tad bit. And I gotta put reaction somewhere. Because this is a reaction video. Now, the thing about this in particular thumbnail is kind of funny. Because her slapping my butt never happens in the actual reaction itself. But I knew it was a Tatiana remix from AK, and I remember Tatiana and what it was, how it was. So I just thought this would be a catchy thumbnail. And then I'll kind of center this. Most of the time I'll have it above her head, but center this right here. I don't want to cover her hand too much, so we'll do it like this. And then, last but not least, what I like to do is come to our image here. And I'll pull up this Create New Fill or Adjustment layer. And I'll go to Brightness and Contrast. Click here on the star. Then I'll bring the brightness down a little bit and bring the contrast up. I always use 33. And now the contrast looks really good, but the brightness is a little low for me, so I'll bring the brightness back up a little bit. Now that looks really good. Now I'll make it really small. And that's what it's going to look like on YouTube. So I think that pops. I think it looks pretty decent. And yeah, after that you just file, export, and export it to what you want. Literally, I export it to my desktop, call it thumbnail. and it pops up right there. Then I get out of here and go upload my video, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And you know, there's shortcuts and there's other cool features and things like that, but this is just how I make the thumbnails for my channel. So I hope this helps someone out there, and if you have any questions or you want me to kind of do a how-to on anything else, comment below and we'll get to it as soon as we can. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Real, we out of here.